New Year.
Hi, folks. Happy New Year. Welcome to the podcast that we have here. And I'll get my hat off. And we have some things to discuss, and we're happy to have you this new year. And we would be even more happy if you would write some emails to the Ivan 1933 at gmail.com about your opinion about what we do and what we say and who we are and so on. But be nice, because we're trying to be nice, and so one thing I want to start off with is something that's barely ever mentioned, and is really not a scientific sort of thing, because it's generally been proved that there is no relationship, and that is your astrological sign.
Mm.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah, I'm a Taurus.
You're what?
I'm a Taurus.
You're which?
The bull.
Oh, the bull.
The bull.
She's a Taurus.
The bull.
Taurus.
The bull, Taurus, yeah. I'm sorry, just didn't hear you right. And
That's okay.
You're a
I don't hear
Cancer.
me right.
I'm Cancer,
Yep. I am Pisces.
Pisces.
Hear me roar.
Leo, I want to say.
Oh, I literally
Yeah,
roar.
Leo. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm a lion.
Do I check all the boxes?
My hubby is a Gemini.
Lion.
Gemini, which
Yeah.
means
Yeah.
the
So,
fishies.
well, how come you guys know that? How do you care?
Oh, I just think it's fascinating. It's not true necessarily. Well, actually, no,
I
I'm not going to
think
say
it's got
that.
some
I feel like
truth.
it's grounded in some. I think that it's been. What's that word? It's just been.
Blown up,
Yeah,
like
overly.
overused.
Yes.
What's your
Yeah.
sign?
What's
Been
your sign?
super massaged.
Yes, but I think that
Yeah.
it's grounded in some sort of like.
It is.
I feel like people tend to like.
Who do you think the three wise men were?
What their signs were?
No, who they were.
Did you just say wink and blink and a nod?
Yeah.
You know that
Did
book?
you? Yeah.
My mom used to.
They
read that to me.
were.
Blinking a nod.
You're kidding me. My parents read that to me. I love
It's a
that
poem.
book.
They
It's
are.
beautiful.
Set off on a sailor. Oh my
It's beautiful.
God. Sea of crystal light.
They are
Where are you going and what do you
astrologers.
wish? I asked the fisherman three.
They
She
are-
knows.
Come to fish and the fisherman fish.
She knows.
There are astrologers from,
Oh,
I
God.
believe it's Persia.
Oh, see, that would make sense.
Yeah. So, that's, I just thought I'd bring that up, but if you're
Yeah.
interested in it, there's some paper there,
To read.
well, to read if you want, or we can have a discussion around that.
Yeah, we can talk about horoscopes next week. I like that plan. Let's do that.
Horoscopes.
Horror.
I know little to
Scopes.
nothing about the horoscopes.
Well, you're gonna learn.
I know that they came in like the Gossip Girl magazine or whatever magazine was popular when I was growing
I
up.
think they came from Greek.
Cosmopolitan.
Cosmo, yeah, or maybe People.
Are those
My
Greek?
mom was a People reader.
The what?
Are they Greek?
Horoscopes?
No. Yeah.
Who?
I don't think they're Greek. No, I think that they're like ancient. Not even like. I don't know exactly where.
Where do they start?
I don't know. I don't know where they start.
Well, the astrological thing came from the soothsayers and so on that were trying to make sense out of the sky and where they lived and the earth and so on, and it began well before the advent of Christ. So, it was just one of those things that they thought
Oh.
they
my
thought
gosh.
was
So people get the horns.
significant for something or other, and the newspapers today carry a little thing that says what your horoscope is for today.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Why do people care about that?
Because we need something to guide us. make us feel like we're important.
Horoscopes originated in ancient Mesopotamia, specifically in the Babylonians about 2000
See,
BCE.
that's sick.
There you are.
Wow.
There you are.
They're real old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very-
But-
There's some truth in it.
It was refined by the Greek.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because I know like a lot of the constellations have Greek influence, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of the great like astronomers were Greek.
There
And
you go.
Roman.
You know, back in the day when you didn't have TV to watch, you got to watch the fire or the sky. So we were a little bit more invested back in the day.
I like that idea.
You know what I mean?
Now you can get an app that says, oh, look, over there on the other side of the earth is.
Well, it's dark. It's 5 o'clock. What are we gonna do? Go look at the stars.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
tell it.
So what do we got here? What is desirable for the future now and 15 years hence? What kind of town, country, earth do you want to live in? What is talk? Go. You, Dad. What do you mean?
Not me.
Well, you're not going to be here in 15 years.
Yeah. Well, I want to be here in 20 years.
No.
Um,
No, you're not.
You're gonna live to be 120.
my
No,
dust,
That's funny.
my ashes will probably blow around and
Mhm.
get mixed up with the ocean and stuff like that, and that'll be fine. That'll
So yes, you'll still be here.
be fertilizer and stuff like that, you know.
I love that.
Yeah.
Those
So,
gardens that they build out of people's.
but
bodies.
for the future, what do I want? You guys see the movie Dave?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody has a job. Everybody's going to have a job. And that the idea is that there should be no people in this country that do not have sustenance that keeps them fed and reasonably healthy. In the healthcare system, that for heaven's sake, so you can go to a healthcare provider location and you'll find several of them there. You don't have to drive all over the country to see your healthcare providers. That's ridiculous. And I think I know Portland, Multnomah County tried it. They had a big building with the lines, yellow lines that go this way and that way for whatever it was that you wanted to see or needed to see, and so that would be that. What about you, Shelby?
Ooh, 15 years is hard to pinpoint right now. And I know a couple of the questions that kind of lead in talk about like some incoming technology. I mean, I think that what we've seen in the last, couple of decades is that life has gotten progressively better every 5 to 10 years, right? Hot water, information at our fingertips, what used to be a supercomputer now fits in our pockets. Like there's a lot of things that have really seemed to improve the human existence. So I hope that we as humanity stay on that upward trend of making things better. Now, there are issues with our system in many ways, right? We can talk about those, but on the whole, I mean, you bring up a good point in regard to there being a healthcare provider right down the street, right? Like there was a time where you had to travel to see the witch doctor to be healed, right? That is not the case that we live in now. So in 15 years, I mean, I hope we continue to see that improvement in the human existence. I think the biggest issue is what are we going to do if all of our problems have been solved? Like, what does
Oh, we'll
that
create more.
provide the human existence? Yeah,
We'll create more.
I imagine we will. I'd love to say we're in a utopian society, but I mean, you go and read the news every day, and there's something that's like, oh, that's not great. Like, that doesn't look good for humanity. Like, we're still bombing each other in 2025 or 2026. Like,
Yeah.
what are we doing? How have we not evolved past this to
Actually,
where we can't figure stuff
2026,
out
yeah.
that doesn't take, like, inflicting harm upon others? But
The human, I think, is built that way, though. I think that in all of its beauty, it also has many, many flaws. And, every day I get up, I want to be a better person, and I'm good for about, 3 seconds. and then it's done. But, you know, I think, you know, you go back to cavemen and different clans of cavemen, they were battling.
Right.
The human's always going to battle. It's a fire that's built inside of us, I believe, instead of seeing the utopia side of things, right? We always want more for us, more.
Right.
And so, you know, I guess I would say to that life is better, but yet life is also harder, I think, than it has ever been in that there is a constant concern for people about, like my concern has shifted now for my husband and myself to now for my children and my grandchildren. And hopefully someday I'll get to meet my great-grandchildren, right? Because I'll be a very instrumental part of their lives if God sees that to be my plan. But I think life is easier for sure here. There are still places in Africa that are having to walk 5 miles to get a bucket of water, right? So we can't say that's global yet. It should be, but it's not. Violence is always going to be something that is here as long as the human is here. That won't go away. I guess it just is. I would like to see 15 years from now, I'll be 75 years old. And, God, in 15 years, I'll be 75. I would like to see a change in information delivery to the masses. Because we are in a unique situation in our business that we get to see the good in the spring and we get to see the good in the fall. But we're unique. There are plenty of people that only retrieve their information from social media and the news that this world is falling apart. And that's just not the truth. There's more good than there is bad, but that is not what we are being delivered. And it's whether or not you bite off on that or not, that it is the way it is, right? So I guess in 15 years, I'd like to be able to have a better information delivery system, whether that, and have it be without government interfering, which I don't know if that's even possible, where people were just like, no, I was walking down the street and I saw so-and-so, and you know what, I stopped and said hi to him and I had a lovely conversation. So I think things are okay out there. But I don't know. I don't know if that's possible with the AI that's coming.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't think that anyone's going to be able to control the narrative any further. Like, I don't think that that's the case. Like,
Yeah.
as soon
It
as...
doesn't mean it's not my desire, Shelby. It says, what is your desire?
It could be your desire, for sure. It could desire.
It's not a reality, but it's my desire.
Well, there's no controlled narrative anymore. You know, you used to be working off the same facts and then be able to make a decision and have a discussion based on the same facts. Right now, you can go find articles on how the leadership in this country is doing great and how it's doing terrible. It just depends on where you're clicking and where you're going,
Yep.
right? That's all it comes down to. And it all stemmed back from as soon as social media allowed every person a voice, you now can't control the narrative. And now you take that one step further with the AI generation, when you're going to be able to create videos based on an idea, like there is no way to suss out what is real and what is fake anymore. And I don't know what that means for humanity, but it's going to cause a lot of people a lot of stress.
There was a thing going through, and the only reason I know this is because of my posting for our company, about Barbra Streisand going on tour again. All over Facebook.
Really?
Yep.
Well, that's fake.
Oh, on tour.
Super
Yeah.
fake.
Did you see the thing with the Brooklyn Bridge?
That's fake.
No.
Oh my gosh. So I don't know how it happened, but somebody was advertising that there was a New Year's Eve show at the Brooklyn Bridge. So hundreds of people showed up, phones out, 3, 2, 1, no show.
Oh my goodness.
So somebody had propagated this idea that there was going to be this big fireworks show at the Brooklyn Bridge, and it never even occurred.
Fake news, man.
Fake
Can't
news.
hide from it.
So yeah, in 15 years, if we don't kill ourselves, I hope we're in a better situation. And I think we will be.
I don't know about that one.
I mean, there is a P-doom, right? Percentage
Well,
chance of doom
I don't know
between here
about
and
that
there. But we'll see.
What do you think?
I just want to have a hot tub in 15 years. Like, that's all I'm really hoping for. I'll be 42.
It's a great desire.
I'll be 42. I'll be in like my midlife, and I just want a hot tub, and I want to have a nice life.
Wow,
And
hot tub. Well,
I feel like
Okay.
sometimes I think I can change the world. Today is not that day. Maybe tomorrow,
uh-huh.
but not today. So in 15 years, I just want to have a nice life with my husband and children and a hot tub
And a hot tub.
Wow.
for me to sit in, and Ethan can sit outside of it next
Yes.
to me
Uh,
because he don't like no hot tub.
Do you want a big screen TV next to the
He's
hot
not a
tub?
hot tubber either.
No.
Neither am I.
you
That's
can,
funny.
Projector
invite,
and screen.
invite
Nice.
people over to
And string
sit in the
lights.
hot tub.
That's what I want in 15 years.
Yeah.
I want
Okay.
that for you sooner.
Okay, yeah.
I hope so. Well,
It can happen.
maybe like 12.
I'd go 7.
I'll be
7.2.
115, let's see.
You'll be 115?
Just broke in.
No, because
Just ready to run the race.
90, what are you, 92? 92 plus 15 is not
So
115.
107.
Yeah, we can math.
107.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
What kind of government will support your idea? Democratic, imperial, communist, autocratic, dictatorial, or a combination of cap, sock, feudal?
Probably isolationist, where I just go into the woods and I'm okay by myself
Well,
with my hot tub.
that's
With
interesting.
your hot tub and string lights.
It's gonna be, and it's all gonna be run
That's
by
a-
solar power and
Oh,
hot
I was going
springs.
to say, that's a hell of an extension cord.
Yeah.
Hot springs. Yeah, hot springs.
Tim says that a lot of the people, colored people, some, down in
think he
his
said that.
area, down there, are, who was it? What was that? I'm gonna say, Jesus.
I don't know, but you,
Yeah, only one, is to be left alone. They wanna go to work, get a paycheck, and be left alone.
You do?
They do.
Who's they?
The people that he, connects with down there in Texas,
Oh.
south
his
of,
workers.
yeah, well, more or less, yeah, he has trouble with that too. And south of Keeler, south of, I can't forget.
Well, I kind of relate to that. Well, not entirely, but like I kind of understand. Like I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Actually, I'm gonna keep that internal thoughts to myself. But I think that it's nice to be left alone sometimes. I think that there is a certain population that I don't know the words like to be left alone. Never mind. Gonna
Yeah.
leave it at that.
No, I mean-
Isolationists.
Yep, I'm gonna be like them though.
Like what?
In 15 years, I'm gonna be living in the woods with my string lights and my hot spring run hot tub, and maybe I'll have a tiny dog.
But to the counter narrative, we were all isolationists.
Yeah.
Do you then have communities and roads
Yeah, you have
and all of
monthly
this
gatherings.
beauty that comes out of like the social connection that we as humans crave?
Well, we have social media. We don't
People
have to be
want
together.
certain
That's
things.
scary. Just living on social media.
Some people do it. I mean, look at it. You have all these influencers who literally build communities around a video that they make by themselves
Right.
in a room with a camera. That is what they do. They don't have like they can type, but it is not. They're talking to a camera. They're not talking to people
So they're still connected.
socially.
So are they isolationists if they're still connecting on the
A
internet?
lot of them have social anxiety. They don't like to be around people.
But
They
they-
like to be around
yeah.
their camera.
The, this AI and, do everything online is it can be interpreted as a move to create isolationism, by people who, they shop online, they do everything online, they use cell phones and telephones and most of that stuff is individual. You don't encounter a lot of things. I want to cite an example in Juneau, Alaska. When I was there, on Saturday, there's a grocery store, down in, Juneau's in two things, there's the old Juneau and then there's down the road, that's what they call it.
The old Juno and the down the road Juno.
So, but up here is a grocery store. And on Saturday, that's where everybody is.
Yeah, it's social.
They go into the grocery store and they're talking to each other and all that sort of stuff, and they're very, very social. And so there's some need that perhaps is met by doing that. And what would be taken away if that opportunity disappears? Like we can shop and get our stuff all brought to us, instead of having to go there and deal with the people that are selling it and stacking the shelves and all that sort of stuff. And the people that come and shop and run their baskets into you and stuff like that, But as just an example of how people, I think, really crave some of that when they're in isolated areas like Alaska.
Humans are social creatures.
Huh?
Humans are social creatures.
They are, and
Critters. We're all critters out here.
Social critters.
the ones that
Social
are
critters out here.
the ones that are violent are the ones that eventually get to be our leaders. And I don't know what you think about that, but it's just, there's, they just
Well,
are,
Well, we I don't mean we, but with the
we?
the human, it does seek negative.
See, what?
Negative. They hop on that bandwagon in a right direct hurry instead of the positive. And I think that would be a lovely way for us to rewire ourselves by seeking the positive as opposed to the negative. People are real quick to jump on a bad bandwagon, but they're not so quick to jump on a good bandwagon. And I don't know if that's just what the species is. Could be.
Well, it's, there's a lot of our law and our customs and all of that is based on the Jewish, the Hebrew Bible. What comes from that, and it's carried on to like England and eventually to us, and I was going to say the English, the American jurisprudence is based itself on English jurisprudence, and it's different than French jurisprudence, which is simply they don't have this library of incredibly long and big, books everywhere. Of course, I haven't been there, so I don't know if that's true or not. But I do know that the Americans have that, and it's by precedent law. And what the hell was I going to say? Something about that needs to be looked at very closely, because our laws get so bound up with people get so bound up with the law and regulation and that sort of stuff that it's almost stifling to creativity and to their ability to create themselves, for that matter, which is partly what we're encouraged to do by churches, by
I'm not sure what that, anyway, yeah.
administration, some by universities, by God knows what all.
Yeah, so saying that, so let's end on this. Is capital punishment barbaric and out of time? What do you think?
What?
Capital punishment, do you think capital punishment is a good thing or a bad thing? Let's end our podcast on that.
Oh, I want to get off the.
No, we're just, no, not at all. I just, I think what you have to say is awesome.
Yeah.
But this is your last bullet here.
Yeah. No, I think it is a bad example. I know there are some actions that people want to see the guy hung, get his head chopped off, and France did a land office job with that and the guillotine and putting all the royal people, so-called, into the lineup and take their heads off. And the English did some of the same sort of thing, but not quite like the French. And of course that happens in the world today. There's sections of the Islamic people their thing, their beliefs or whatever. They're doing some of the same thing, but that's not what Islam is about, and that's not what they should be taking it to. But I think it is barbaric, and I think it's outmoded, it's out of time, and we as a country need to be an example about that. Even taking the most heinous, S-H-E-I-N, crime. You want to just, everybody just is flaming mad about it, and you've got to say, well, we don't have a right to do that. There's only one agency that has a right to do that, and that's the good Lord, or the humanity of the human being is also very prominent and should be supported, and that is not something that says, well, we ought to, take all our heads off and then we'll have a clean slate to start with.
What do you think, Ellie?
About capital punishment.
Mm-hmm. Agree, disagree?
I don't know. It's hard for me.
Mhm.
I think that some forms of capital punishment are barbaric. I think that a firing squad is I think that's barbaric. I think beheading is barbaric. I think that lethal injection is less barbaric. I think that some forms of capital punishment are okay. I think that a lot are not. However, I think that some people do heinous crimes and they deserve heinous things.
Mhm.
But also, if you believe in a higher power, that will come to them in the end. Like, people will get what's... You reap what you sow.
Shelbs?
Karma.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sitting here having an internal debate with myself, trying to figure out how to answer this question, because I think that, on one hand, capital punishment, the way you can do it, you can argue with it, but do you ultimately take the life of another person based on their actions?
That's the question.
And that is the harder question to answer,
Yeah.
right? I think that, part of you thinks, okay, once you cross a certain line, there has to be some sort of punishment that is a lot in response to any heinous crimes that happen, right? When somebody does something, there has to be an opposite reaction to encourage them not to do that behavior again. And I don't know that putting somebody in a jail cell and then having society essentially feed them 3 square meals a day and house them,
$46,000 a year.
right, is how much?
46.
$46?
Thousand.
$46,000 a year.
Per prisoner?
So, I mean, I don't know that that's the right solution either. I
More than some
mean,
people make in a year.
I think you've seen a lot of states move away from capital punishment because it is seen as barbaric. And I do think that there are some underlying themes there, but also the counter narrative of like, okay, now you're just going to put this person in isolation and lift them up as a society until they pass might, it's probably the way I would inevitably lean. Like that's kind of what you have to do. That's just the nature of having society. People are going to get outside of the box and you're going to have to do something, and isolation seems to be the best way in my mind. You know, when this question comes up, I think about a handful of really bad examples that we have over the course of history. Serial killers, that stuff that happened in Idaho last year or the year before, like stuff that is irrefutably horrible. And there should be some sort of incentive to encourage people not to do that. Not that people are incentivized to do that, but there has to be some sort of punishment. So I hate to play the line here. Ultimately, I'd probably lean towards incarcerating people for life. But boy, there's some really bad stuff that almost feels justifiable in regards to corporal punishment, capital punishment.
Yeah.
I think that's a question,
It's
and
a-
that's
it's
something.
Rough. It's a rough question.
It is.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's all personal too. Like it's all
But I mean,
personal.
I think there's also something to be said with what Ellie kind of brought up. You know, beheading, gunning down. That's more of a show than it is
Eliminating the
A
problem.
eliminating the problem, right? Yeah, like now what you're doing is you are basically taking them out into Times Square and showing them as an example. We don't do this, and here's what happens. Like that is that motive
It
there.
is a show. Yeah.
So you're using capital punishment in some areas
As fear mongering
as fear mongering
and propaganda and whatever else you want to do.
And historically, that has been the way you keep a society in check, right? Like without the phone, without the counter narrative of the TV or the radio, the only way to say, hey, you're not going to go out and kill thy neighbor is to take him out to the Times Square
And kill them.
and be like, hey, here's what's happened, nobody do this. So that fear mongering worked back in the day because it was really, I don't want to say it was the only solution, but it was one of few solutions to keep society in check. So is there a place for it today?
Yes and no.
Yes and no. I mean, probably not in my opinion, but also you got to have some sort of
Checks and balances.
check and balance it. Yeah, you got to keep society in check. So that's a tough one to answer.
Yeah. Our prisons hold more, it is said, and now I'm not seeing this personally, but it is said that there are more people in prison per capita in this country than anywhere else.
Yes. I've seen that statistic.
Huh?
I've seen that statistic.
And, you know, that's not right either. You know, why the hell should we,
Well, I think that brings up a whole other topic that we don't have time for.
yeah,
That prison might be better than society for some people. They get 3 square meals a day. They get a bed to sleep in. It's warm. Yeah, you're shuttled from place to place. You don't have free will, necessarily. Freedom. But you get all of your basic necessities. You get the first tier of the pyramid. And you need that in order to build. Which is why so many people find God in prison, why they become higher spiritual beings. When they get out of prison, they have a place to go. Because it builds. But also, prison's not a place that I want to go. Anyway,
No, thank you.
moving on.
No, thank you.
All right. Well, we could talk about the prison system in a couple weeks. Dad, how's that sound?
Horoscopes?
Horoscopes.
okay. Yeah, I want to bring up a little bit of the horoscope every time.
Oh, okay.
Just a little bit of it. And it may increase our readership.
Yeah, we can read our daily horoscopes. I would
Oh, that's what we'll do.
Yeah. and
Or weekly.
discuss it just a little bit and then go on with other subjects. Because
Sweet.
people are still interested in that, even
Yep.
though they say, oh, that's baloney. Well, what was your horoscope?
Yeah.
Well, it said, you know. And,
Said I was gonna have a
Good
bad
stuff.
week, so I'm having a bad week.
I'm having a bad week.
Yeah,
Don't.
All right, tap your hat there, boss.
yeah.
Tell them goodbye.
Hey, folks, thanks for joining us. And come along next time, 'cause we enjoy having you. So I hope you enjoy us too. So long. So long for a while.
Put your head around.
I had on backwards.
Bye bye.
Bye.